article caught our attention today from Inside Climate News, a nonprofit independent news organization that covers climate, energy, and the environment.
The article pointed out just how much Texas regulators are allowing oil field wastewater to be discharged into our creeks and streams. Now, I spoke this afternoon with the author, Martha Pskowski, about the South Texas connection.
That your interest was prompted in part by some work that researchers at Texas A&M Corpus Christi had done. Tell me about that.
Correct. So that was a paper that was published in 2021, and they went through and found these permits where the Railroad Commission had permitted companies to release water from drilling sites and let that pool up to be drunk by cattle. And no one kind of in the environmental community had really heard about this until that paper came out.
What are the concerns that come with dumping oil field wastewater into the streams and creeks near the Eagle Ford Shale?
Those permits, it was all conventional drilling. So we're not talking about fracking, but there still can be a host of different chemicals and constituents coming up in that water in the drilling process. You know, the researcher at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Dorina Murgulet, she's, called for there to be some independent analysis of this so we could know, is this safe for cattle to consume? Is this going to get into the water table? Because they also weren't notifying the groundwater district.
So I've got to ask, where does the TCEQ stand in relation to this kind of activity?
They are now in charge of issuing any future permits. And they have set out a permitting program and say, we're going to analyze these applications based on the body of water that's going to receive the discharge. But, there's still a lot of questions around the contents of this water.
Now, the article goes on to detail possible plans for treating the discharged water and what happens until then in a water-stressed state like ours. If you'd like to read more, just go to our website, KIIITV.com.